Hey guys, Dallas again, Chaos Fragrances. Today we got another fragrance review, and this is going to be an important one here. This is, the fragrance that started it off for me. It's a fresh fragrance from the house of Giorgio Armani, and that is Acqua Di Gio Profumo. Are you fucking kidding me? Try to film a video outside and you got all these people making noise. As most of you know, this is my favorite fragrance. Oh my fucking god. I've talked about it in my last video, top 5 date fragrances every man should own. It didn't make the list as high as I would want to, just because it's not my list for me, it's my list for you guys. And this fragrance, there can be better alternatives for date fragrances. However, for me, this being my favorite fragrance, this would definitely be my number 1 or number 2 date fragrance. This is just a very versatile, very sexy, masculine smelling fragrance. Starting off with how this fragrance smells though, guys. Man, that is just so good. When I first smelled this fragrance, to me it immediately reminded me of a summer night on the beach. Just a summer night on the beach, guys. And what I mean by that, picture this fragrance, you're on vacation, you're on the beach, you're walking along the beach with your girlfriend or with your friends. The sun is starting to set, the air's kind of cooling off a little bit, and there's kind of a nice little breeze. That to me is exactly what this fragrance smells like. It's got the aquatic kind of fresh vibe of the original Acqua Di Gio, which is kind of why it reminds me of being on like a beach or by the water. But it also has this kind of incense and patchouli notes, which really kind of darken it up, make it a lot more masculine, a lot more manly. Just gives this kind of like nighttime, just manly, sexy edge to it. It smells just like a well-dressed, confident, sexy man. Just smells so good, guys. It's definitely one of my favorites. Even if you were just sitting by the fire, near the water, on the lakefront, on the beach, just outdoors by some sort of water, or even just indoors if you're on a date inside at a nice restaurant and you're dressed up, this would be the perfect fragrance, guys. It just has this very aquatic vibe, very fresh smelling, but at the same time, like I said, has this kind of deep, rich, almost just masculine smelling tone to it that just makes it smell so manly and so seductive. This is one of those fragrances that I would recommend to any guy who just wants to own one or two solid fragrances that he can wear anytime, any season, any place. This would definitely be one of those fragrances. It's just so versatile. You could wear it on dates, you could wear it shopping, to school, to work, wherever. You can just wear it. It'll just do great. And let me tell you guys, this is also one of my most complimented fragrances out of all the fragrances I own. I'm not one of those people that owns like, over 1,000 fragrances or some crazy thing like that. But I can tell you, I do own a lot of the top selling, top compliment getting designer fragrances that you hear about on basically everyone's channel. And out of all those fragrances, guys, this one gets me the most compliments by far. And I don't know if you're going to believe me or not, but it even gets me more compliments than this. Dior Sauvage. I know. Dior Sauvage, such a nice smelling fragrance. It's, this compliment getting monster. It lasts 8-10 hours. Everyone places this on their number 1 spot, saying that it gets them the most compliments. But for me, no. Acqua Di Gio Profumo beats this fragrance by a long shot, guys. Women just love this fragrance. Am I saying that Dior Sauvage doesn't get me compliments? No, it definitely does. And you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but I put a decent dent in the juice of this fragrance, as with this one, but this one gets me more compliments by far. And this also gets me better reactions too. Some girls, I've had people say that I'm, the best smelling thing they've ever smelled. That I just smell just like a breath of fresh air, that people just want to smell me all night. This thing gets some really good compliments, and it gets a lot of them from men too. So I mean, this thing is just, it's a masterpiece in and of itself. The original Acqua Di Gio, a masterpiece, been around for so many years now, been selling so well, but this guys, this just knocks it out of the water, not only in the overall smell, but also the performance as well. This thing, I get probably 8-9 hours or so performance, projection for the least 5-6 hours or so. It does really well, guys. I've gotten compliments on this thing at the very end of the night when I didn't think I was going to be getting any at all. Just, and I was thinking that, oh, this fragrance is probably worn off, but no, walked by a couple girls into the night around the 7-8 hour mark and got a compliment with it, just like that. This thing, it'll go and go and go even when you think it's kind of starting to wear off. Kind of back to how this fragrance smells though, guys. When you first spray it on, it can at times have this kind of freshly cut grass vibe to it. I know I've heard people say that online, and that is true. When you first spray it, yeah, it can be kind of sharp, kind of smells like freshly cut grass, something that isn't quite as appealing, but by all means, it doesn't smell bad. It still smells very good. When you first spray it, it doesn't really have the dark kind of aquatic, mysterious vibe as the dry down, but once it starts to get to the dry down, that's when it really starts to shine and really starts to smell good. Man, guys, it's beautiful. It's a masterpiece. Obviously, I'm biased to this fragrance, but still, guys, it is a masterpiece. This is the 4.2 fluid ounce bottle. I think I picked this up on Notino for around $70, somewhere around there, and it's definitely worth the price. If you guys are interested in this, definitely pick it up. Obviously, I'm going to tell you, buy this fragrance. I wouldn't even tell you to buy a sample. Even if you don't like this fragrance, which it would be hard not to, in my opinion, even if you didn't like this fragrance, the people around you would. So if you're one of those guys that are wanting to buy a really good, sexy smelling fragrance that women are going to love, and that's all you care about is getting compliments, smelling good, no matter the time, no matter the season, buy this fragrance, guys. Don't even bother sampling it. Buy this right now. Notino.com, FragranceNet, eBay, I don't care. Buy it, wear it, and you'll get compliments, you'll get noticed, and you'll smell great. So like I said earlier, occasions, like I said, this could easily be, in any season, any occasion type of fragrance. But for me as a collector, I reserve this mostly to kind of spring nights, summer nights, maybe even fall nights when it's not too cold, fall evenings. However, I also wear this during the day a lot too. Wear this to school a lot, definitely gets me compliments. So you could wear this anytime. Like I said, I reserve it more for the warmer weather evenings and also on dates in the evenings too. Preferably dates that are outdoors, maybe by the water. Like I said, the aquatic kind of nature of this fragrance, along with that kind of sexy masculinity, really does good outdoor dates by the water. However, you could just wear this indoors at a restaurant dressed up and it'll smell great. Performance, like I said earlier, solid 8, 9, maybe even 10 hours sometimes. Projection is really well. You can't go wrong with this fragrance. It's the type of fragrance you can just spray it on and just know you're gonna smell great. But wrapping things up, guys, I think that's about all I have for you. That's about all I had to say about this fragrance. Like I said, definitely changed the game for me as far as fragrances goes. I definitely am more of a fresh fragrance type of guy. Most of my collection is fresh fragrances. So this one definitely kind of paved the way. That just made me fall in love with the Acqua Di Gio line and just Giorgio Armani in general. They make some great fragrances. Love this one so much. Definitely going to be a warm weather staple for years to come in my collection. Hopefully they don't reformulate it and completely ruin it like they have other fragrances in the past, but it's amazing. It's a masterpiece. The original, like I said, is a masterpiece, but this one itself, it's on its own as far as how it smells. Definitely need to get your nose on this if you haven't. So that's about all I have to say about that, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave it a like, make sure you share it, that really helps me out, and then also leave a comment down below telling me what you think about this fragrance, if you've smelled it, how you like it, or if you don't like it. Make sure you let me know down in the comments. Also, if you want, you can leave me suggestions for any types of videos you want to see me do in the future. I definitely do have a fall list video coming up very soon because we are getting to that time, as well as a couple other kind of top 5, top 10 videos. And then later in the month of October, I'm going to have a top 10 most complimented fragrances video coming out for you guys. So definitely be looking forward to that. Tons more content on the way. So thank you guys so much for your support so far. This has definitely been a lot of fun. With that being said, that's about all I have for you guys. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care.